My last video, I was finally pinpointing my noise, that squeak, 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 squeak noise when it first is cranked up with the air on. I thought it was my new compressor. No, it's my fan, because I think when I was cleaning the engine bay, I put too much water on it. So I took the fan out. That's just the fan blade. Reverse threads, by the way, on the fan blade nut, and it does say that. So I took that out. I took the whole bracket out. I took the motor out. But with the motor is the whole harness. And this particular wiring harness goes to the motor. So what I did is I looked at the wiring color and just guessed. I guessed that the green is power, and I guessed that the black is ground. So I'll show you what I did in a minute to check if the motor is quiet after I cleaned it up a little bit and greased it up. But check your connector, and you can consult the wiring diagram if you have one. But if you don't, usually black's always ground and the colored wire is power. So just do that guesswork, and remember how the connector plugs into the fan. You can figure out which side is which. So what we did was we used our jump box. We have a power lead over here. We have a negative lead over there, and ground. I put two fuse jumpers. I have this going to the power side, this going to the ground side, and make sure that they don't touch in the middle of the connector. What you do, hold the motor. This thing has a lot of torque, and then put this on your ground. Testing your motor. Sounds quiet, doesn't it? You can also reverse the motor if you want, but that's just what you do, is connect it right to your jump box. But hold on to the motor. These things have a lot of torque, the fan motor. And that's how you test your fan motor. If you want to know if it works or not, just make your own little circuit, but definitely use a fuse jumper, because if the jump box shorts out, or if those two connectors touch, you don't want it going back into your jump box or your battery. If you're just using a regular car battery, you can rig this up with a car battery and just put some jumper cables out. Put jumper cables from the battery and put them on the ground. Make sure obviously the ground isn't metal, or if you rest them on anything. And yeah, make your own circuit, but definitely use the fuse jumpers. So let's go flip it around the other way, see if it works that way. Might as well. And yeah, sounds quieter. Maybe we fixed it, maybe we didn't. Maybe we need a $60 motor. And another tip, always use your ground side as the switch. See, this isn't really a switch, but don't use the positive side to hook the ground up and then stab the connector into the power side, because it's going to spark too much. Ground spark is always less than power spark, if you want to remember it that way. It sounds silly, but make sure your fingers are away from that little propeller. Run slower the other way. Sounds quiet though. I don't know. Let's throw it back in the car, because this is all we have for now. But at least we know it sounds quieter on the bench. See if it sounds quieter inside the car.